You're listening to The Scrimmage with Daniel Hargrove and Justin Domashevitz.
It is time for the Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week. And this week, Justin, we're heading to Elma, East County. 2 East County people in a row. Just throwing that in there. Also, our third Washington State Cougar in a row. So we are
two things you need to know about Daniel. He loves Cougs. He hates Montesano.
That is not... Would you stop?
I think he hates ducks also.
Yeah. Well, that's everyone. Everyone hates ducks.
Yeah. Montesano people are going to really start getting angry with me.
Oh, I've been spreading all kinds of rumors about you.
You always do. Why do you do this?
The team of realtors at Ole Penn Real Estate wish you and your family good health during this stay home, stay safe time. Their team has health and safety measures in place to protect you and everyone involved in the process. If you're thinking about selling your home, now is a great time. There are more buyers than available homes. Many homes are still receiving multiple offers and are selling for above asking price. Ole Penn Real Estate will help you put the most money possible in your pocket in less time without the hassle. Visit sellmyharborhome.com to get your home market ready. The Ole Penn team is ready to work for you.
Anyway, we are going with Kyle Basler, the former Elma Eagle, former Washington State Cougar, and really start to look at this dude was a stud. We'll start with his high school career. He lettered in 3 sports. He had 4 letters each in football and basketball and 1 in baseball. He captained all 3 sports senior year and also was a captain in football and basketball as a junior as well. Played tight end, quarterback, running back, linebacker, defensive end, safety, and he was a punter and kicker for football, so he played all over the place. He was a pitcher and first baseman for baseball. His freshman year, he helped lead Elma to not only a state title in football, but also basketball. They, that must have been just a crazy year for Elma athletics.
What year was that?
1997 and 98. He was named to the All-Evergreen League, All-Area, and All-State teams as a punter. That was as a freshman. His sophomore year, he was a repeat selection as a punter to the league, area, and all-state teams. He was all-state second-team quarterback. He threw for 2,245 yards as his team reached the state 2A finals. As a junior, a repeat selection again as a punter and all-state second-team quarterback. His senior year, became the first person to be named to the All-Area team 4 consecutive years, repeat pick to the All-League, All-Area, and All-State team as a punter, averaged 43.5 yards during 4 years as a punter, and during the spring, he tied a school record with 7 dingers, and he was selected as the MVP of the league in basketball and received all-area and all-state recognition as well. So pretty much in high school, this was the dude. Anybody who watched Kyle Basler must have just thought that this guy was the best at everything, because it seems that way reading through all of these things, starting as a freshman all the way through. That's why that high school career took so long to read through all of just those awards, was because he was a 4-year letter in both basketball and football.
It is really hard to be a 4-year letter in football.
It is. We've seen a few players do it, but also this is back when they were a 2A team.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just
and they were
a
good.
2A team. They were a state championship 2A team his freshman year. He then went to Washington State, and he was their punter. As you could hear all throughout that high school career, normally we don't mention punting too often, but I mean, all throughout his high school career, he was named to all area, all league, all state as a punter.
Well, the way the Seahawks play offense, punter is really valuable.
That's true. And then, Justin, he also was on the Cleveland Browns.
It said in the Wikipedia page that he was an undrafted free agent signed with the Browns and then was released in training camp.
Yeah, and then he was signed to the Browns' active roster following the end of the 2006 season and was allocated back when they had NFL Europe. He was allocated to NFL Europa, where he played for the Frankfurt Galaxy. So, I mean, just a crazy high school career and then to go on be a successful punter in college, so that NFL teams were keeping an eye on him and bringing him into camp, and then thought enough of him to be like, hey, he's not maybe where we want our starting punter to be, but we thought maybe he's good enough, so they sent him over to NFL Europe to keep an eye on him and see how he would do and if he would progress over there.
Well, unlike kickers, punters are actually usually big, strong, good athletes. So, I mean, we've seen lots of guys, like even former Seahawks punter John Ryan was a wide receiver in the CFL for a little while. Like, these guys often do other stuff, so it's not shocking to me to hear that this guy who was like all everything athlete in all the sports for all of his high school years went on to be a successful punter. And to be able to go play Division I football and then even go to the next level, and I know he didn't have an extended NFL career, but like to even get there, to even have scouts and NFL front office guys look at you as a potential NFL player is pretty incredible. I mean, you have to be a top level athlete to get to that point.
Absolutely. And it's always fun, especially going back and looking at some, like, Elma's had its ups and downs the past few years. But to look back at this history, Elma was dominant in the late 90s. So that was really fun to find out and look into. And the Baslers, because also I believe his brother Todd came a little bit later, and they had a lot of success around him when he was in the program as well. So Kyle Basler, our Ole Penn Athlete of the Week, and just littered with recognitions.
But like, yeah, big, strong, great athletes often end up being the kid on the team who punts. Because especially in small schools, it's not a skill that's often practiced. Like the coaches will just say, hey, who thinks they can punt the ball? And then you get a chance to try and see. And usually the strongest, most athletic guys can kick it further than everyone else.
Crazy high school career, fun one to look back on. Also doing some research, ended up looking at a lot of different Elma stories, and there's some fun ones to get into at a later date with that too. I'm sure that we'll be talking about his brother Todd at some point, because he was involved in one of the craziest high school football games, and I'm sure people listening who know about Elma athletics at that time will be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But that's going to do it for our Ole Penn Real Estate Athlete of the Week this week. And again, that is Kyle Basler, as we again look back to find our Athletes of the Week, because of course there's no sports going on right now.